on the final block now. Can you believe that, friends? You're on the final block of it. So that means it's another costume change. We're in steel the rest of the way, frenzy. We're in steel the rest of the way. This is one of my favourites. Absolutely, it's one of my. This is one of my favourites. I really hate how this is used as the alternate and Blackout and Ice are the primaries, because Ice and Steel had the exact same pattern. And I remember in 2022 when these all three jerseys were revealed, I thought Steel and Ice would be the primaries and Blackout would be the third, because Sharks tend to use black jerseys as third jerseys, but of course that's not been the case. Blackout and Ice have been the primaries and Steel has been the thirds. I really love these. I really hope to one day get to see Barracuda playing these in person. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so today we're going to be looking back, speaking of 2022, we're going to be looking back on that big announcement of Frenzy flying the nest. Oh, I can remember this really well. So it was on the 14th of March in 2022, and it was announced. I thought I had the article loaded up, Frenzy. Oh, technology's ganging up on us. There we go. So yeah, so the Shark Sport Entertainment announced naming rights deal with Tech CU to be the official name of the future arena for the Barracuda. This was a huge milestone in the Barracuda's history. Because obviously, when the Barracuda came to Southern State from Worcester back in 2015, they shared the SAP Centre with the Sharks. Now, at the time, I had no problem with this. Obviously, I, before 2015, hadn't really got involved with the AHL. I just had Sharky. Yeah, no, we'll leave him. He's busy playing with his ducky right now. We'll leave him to it. He's got a mention. We'll leave him. We'll leave him to it. He's been no help during this mini-series. That's for sure. He's been no help. He's been absolute no help at all. Oh god. We love you, dear, but you yeah, I've been a bit of a handful from time to time. Anyway, yeah, so it was okay having both my teams in the same building, but when you think about it in terms of the AHL, only really getting about 4,000 per it just doesn't. I mean, for a building like SAP Centre, it just doesn't feel kind of right that, you have an AHL team playing in a big arena like that. I mean, obviously, Manitoba Magic's obviously, no, we won't go and get Mick. No, it's fine. You just stay with Mick, it's fine. We won't go and get Mick. We certainly will not go and get Harper either. Just stay with Mick. Manitoba, they obviously share the Winnipeg Jets arena. Although you could argue that actually Manitoba played in that arena first, and then when the Jets came back to Winnipeg, they moved into that because obviously it's the only really viable arena in Winnipeg. But yeah, so I mean, it's worked well for them. I think next year's 15 years since that situation of Moose and Jets sharing around about that time. It's long quick. I think it is next year. Anyway, that's where it's fine for them, but for us, I just kind of felt, maybe one day maybe it would be nice for, the Barracuda to have their own place, a facility that can house the AHL more manageable. And this was a huge deal at the time of being announced, because obviously, you know, it just reaffirmed that in terms of American Hockey League, Thursday is the Barracuda's home for now and forever. Because during that time, we had a couple of rough relocations that happened within the 2 years leading up to the 2022-23 season. You had San Antonio, the San Antonio place get bought by Vegas and gets moved to Harrison and becomes the Horsies for the 2020-21 season. And then you had this bizarre game of musical chairs. So we had the Utica Comets in the 21-22 season, who were originally affiliated with the Vancouver Canucks, get moved to Abbotsford and become the Abbey Canucks, who I still to this day, I can't pronounce their name correctly without getting tongue-tied. I know it's really bad to beat. I know it's so bad. That. And then you had New Jersey, whose affiliate at the time was in Binghamton, who the Binghamton was, get moved to Utica and becomes the Utica Comets. But just with the same branding, but just different cast. Make very clear it's not Vancouver's was baby anymore, it's the New Jersey's. So you had that as well. So relocation is more what I'm trying to get at is relocation is more of a common practice in the AHL than it is in the NHL. Maybe because AHL teams, you know, particularly the ones that own the AHL club, want to move a bit closer to home, which is understandable for call-ups and obviously and so forth. Obviously, you know what could happen during a season. Yeah. So you think, well, with this big announcement, with this arena sorted, that should be cementing the Barracuda's legacy. I mean, I've never heard in all the 10 years I've been involved with the Barracuda, I've never once heard any suggestions they could maybe have to move Thursday one day, because it just wouldn't make sense. Okay. I mean, why would we move our AHL team from Worcester to Thursday if we were going to move them from Thursday to somewhere else? I know. Bozos. I mean, I know my geography shit, okay? But even I'm not stupid to move my team literally next door, and then in a few years I go, actually, well, sorry, I'm going to move you over there. It's like, bozos, you do the maths. Dear, oh dear, Frenzy. Dear, I know, dear, oh dear. You know, you do the maths. But I've not heard in all the 10 years that there's many thoughts about you moving. Definitely won't be any now. Yeah, but honestly, this was a huge moment, and because SAP Centre had not been ideal for the Barracuda, I'm gonna say it now. Yes, it was manageable, and yes, they had a lot of success by getting into playoffs during their time there. Of course, they win a division title back there, which was up in the rafters of SAP Centre until the move to Texas Arena. And I can confirm to you, because I did spot it when we were there, Frenzy, the division banner from 2016-17, that is firmly in the rafters of Texas Arena, although it is a bit lonely right now. Yeah. What was quite nice about having it in SAP so was not just because it was alongside the Shark Achievements, but also it meant it was surrounded by some other banners. Whereas now being in Texas Arena, it's the only banner up there, and it does feel very lonely. So I think we need to do some player retirements or try and get some more division titles in the bag, Frenzy. Just saying. I mean, I don't want to put the pressure on the team, but just it would be nice to have another badge go alongside it in a not too distant future. Just saying. But yeah, I was just felt it felt like a really emotional moment, because it was like the baby's leaving home. It's like, because obviously that season 22-23 would have been your, give me a sec, Frenzy. Yeah, 'cause it's the 10. 24, 25 to 10. 24, 23. Yeah, your 8th season as a franchise in Stars 8. Yeah, so your 8th season, and there they go, the fly in the nest. They've got their own home. It's like, oh my god, it's like already it's like you've grown up fast already. It was only yesterday, you were a little baby. Now you've all grown up, you've got a business to do, you've got your own home, got a job, probably got a mortgage as well, or I see, got a flashy car. Where did that go? I know, I'm old. I know, I'm old. Let's deal with. Let's not dwell on it. Let's not dwell. Let's not dwell on it. It's like you didn't even turn 10 yet, and already you got yourself a new home. It's like you set up for life. Most people only dream of that when they can get to 18. No, mine do get 8. And still, some people don't mind it when they get to 18. Anyway, we'll move on. Let's not dwell on my old age. We're not here to do that. Let's move on. Yeah, but I was just so happy when this was announced, because I was just like, yeah, because I just felt you were just like a lodger in an SP set. It just didn't feel right. I mean, it'd be better to have an actual facility built within the capacities for AHL, because in AHL you get roughly 4,000 per game. That's, I mean, other AHL venues kind of hold more than that, like obviously, like I will use the ones that have been used for PHL venues, like Coca-Cola Coliseum in Toronto, or the class bet, or the class bet for La Rocket. They can hold way more than that. But generally, for AHL again, you're looking at 4,000 maximum for attendance. Some arenas might, depending on their capacity, might push a bit more than that, but 4,000 is the benchmark. And then anything more after that's a bonus. Yeah, most AHL arenas fit up to that. Some a little bit more. I just felt it was just amazing, and it's such a beautiful facility. I have had the pleasure to obviously attend Barracuda games there, and we're going to talk about that at the end of the mini-series. It's an absolute gorgeous, and I actually do remember over the summer watching the unveiling that they streamed on. I can't remember where it was on live, but they streamed it online. Might be the Sharks website. Can't remember for certain. They streamed the grand opening, so the unveiling of Texas Arena. It's just such a beautiful thing to watch. Very, very emotional, because it was like, oh my god, the baby's now left home. It's now officially gone flown the nest. And just to see that the Barracuda were now going to be, taken care of and have that own facility, and they don't need to work around the Sharks' schedule. Because obviously being an SAP centre not ideal, because obviously you'd have to the Barracuda games that would have taken second place over the Sharks. So the Sharks would have had to get preference over scheduling first, and then Barracuda would have to take what's left. With having their own venue, it meant you did not have to worry about that. You could just have the Barracuda play where it's convenient to them and not to other people. So it's just a real. I'm just getting really emotional about it. It does make me emotional, because obviously we all love Frenzy, we all love Barracuda, and we want them to succeed and grow, because obviously they are how they are, where the future of the Sharks is going to come from. So for them to now have their own place to call home, and knowing they're going to be okay, and they can now just basically do their own thing and not be held back. I kind of feel like SAP Centre was holding the Barracuda back. It was holding you back, because you had to basically work around Sharky. Whereas having your own home means that you are the boss. You get to call the shots on when and where you have your games, when and where you get to do your training schedule. You get to be the ones in control. Whereas with SAP said you had to basically just work around Sharky's schedule. And unfortunately sometimes that did mean having to play not favourable work schedules, and it was really particularly those double headers. I mean, we do still have a few double headers with these two sides, but I think they're a bit more favourable than they were back in the days when the two had to literally share. Because obviously you had to do a quick turnaround to make sure it was ready for the next game. If you did well at that more. Although when I was in San Jose last time I was on a double header, I was like, not doing that again. In fact, so you can turn away from Miss Ducky. I want to make something very clear. Grab him. Turn away from Miss Ducky just for a second! It's just for... You knock her off as well. Oh no, you're there. Because Al's got to do something with me later, Frenzy. I thought I'd just knock them over there. Go on, get her up! Wait a second! Honestly. Right. Can I make something very, very clear going forward? If we were back in... when we're next in Zaze, if we ever... No, not next, whenever. Whenever we're back in Zaze, if there is a double header between you two, I'm calling it now, Frenzy will get the preference over you. Okay? Because that was manic on our last trip. It was the last ever trip as well, and in the times it just did not work well at all. So, whenever we're in Zaze, if it's a double header, I'm only going to let one go to one of them, and it will be him over you. Okay? Because I can watch you whenever I like. Him, not so much. Okay? So we got that? Right, now we can put you back. Now you can go back to your ducky. There we go. Dacker. I think I actually did make it very big so we got back, because that was manic, but no. But in terms of... But it's more manageable than it was back in the days when they used to share, because the double headers would just be dreadful at times. One had to be really early in the afternoon, and the other would get late evening. It was just like, oh dear Lord. Anyway, but yeah, this was just such a huge moment in the Barracuda's history. Because it's not every day you get to basically have an arena belt for your AHL team. And the fact it's literally in the same place as the Sharks practice facilities. Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Really good. So who knows, you could be going to do some skating, and then out comes the Barracuda just be having a practice session. You know, keep an eye on that next time you're in San Jose. You go there, that area. Yeah, so it's absolutely amazing. And they're literally not too far from each other either, so it's absolutely brilliant. So you don't have to worry about call-ups. That's one of the beauties about the fact we're now that, well, we never had this problem back with the time we two shared, but I think it's easy now with the call-ups from AHL to AHL if they need to get made at any point during the season. But I think, yeah, honestly, this was, for me, was such a proud moment. Because whilst them sharing SCP Center wasn't ideal, it was something we kind of, got by with, and we just kind of, made just well along with it, and we just, but at the same time, I just felt that we need to maybe look at something more ideal, maybe something more permanent, because it's not really, because obviously in terms of crowd, it's not really going to work, is it, forever? And the Wranglers will meet this same fate, okay? Because currently the Wranglers and the Flames share the arena. It's, in my eye, it's not working. It's not working. And this is why I do not want Calgary to get a PHL team that time soon, because there's just nowhere for them to go. I know some people say, maybe Calgary gets expansion team, and I just immediately frenzy go, shut it down! Shut down! I won't do this on my Skepta, but I just literally have to go, shut it down, because there's nowhere for them to go. Nowhere to go. There's only one arena in Calgary, and it's already got 2 hockey toes. Do you want a third in? Do you want to throw a third in? No. No. build a second arena, Calvary, then come back and we'll talk about PHL expansion. But the Wranglers are basically what we were back in 2015. And it's so that Calgary, whether they like it or not, are eventually going to have to deal with it. So all you Wranglers fans out there right now thinking, oh, we're fine as we are. Well, no, you're not fine. It's just you're making the most of the cards that you've been dealt with. At some point, if the Flames organisation, sees the Wranglers as long term, like how we saw the Barracuda long term, then you are going to need to get a facility built that is AHL equipped and viable and has capacity suitable for a standard AHL game. We did it. Okay, it took us 7 years, but look at the net result. The net result is gorgeous, and honestly, Texas Arena is such a beautiful city. In fact, Frenzy, just a few days from my birthday, I hosted a rival series game between the US Canadian women's teams. So there we go. So who knows? It could maybe be one day the door to PHL San Jose. We never know. We never know. We never know. I mean, something's definitely going on. Something. I know this is off piece, but something is definitely going on. Why does the Sharks broadcast team keep mentioning it every now and then if something's not in the pipeline? So something's up. Something's definitely up with that. But anyway. Yeah. And of course, Texas Media has been an actual facility, and of course, in the 21-22 season, it got confirmed that we would get the trade for All-Star Classic. So, and that was before the venue even opened. Yeah, it's already had confidence in Texas Media working. And of course, it's also to mention, it's also hold a rivalry series game between the US Canadian women's national team. So, there's a lot of potential for Texas Arena. There's a lot of potential which is still yet to be untapped, but there's still the time for that. We're still, I mean, this is only what, our fourth season now? Third season? 22-23, 23-24, third. It's our third season. Texas Arena. There's still bags of time to untap all that potential. But absolutely, it is absolutely a gorgeous city, and I just remember up to now, it's just thinking, oh, about time, because I just felt, for me, the Barracuda needed their own place. They needed their own place to call their own, their own facilities, and it was worth the wait, because it's such a beautiful, beautiful arena. It's absolutely gorgeous arena, so I just love it. Right. That is all for today. Now, today we talked about the announcement of it happening. On the next show, we are going to be talking the grand opening. And what I mean by that is the first ever game to get played in Texas Arena. Now, we're going to leave you guessing. Well, you surely know about who it was that we played in that first game. But in case you've forgotten, or you don't know, we're going to leave you guessing who it was, which of our Pacific Division rivals it was that got the honour to come and help us christen Texas Arena. We're going to leave you guessing about that. And when we come back next month, we'll talk more about it. And what was a huge historical moment in the Barracuda's history. But for now, or say it's on the next time is, and so we will leave you now.